English 6, Quarter 3, Week 1, Melc-Based. Let's learn about organizing information from secondary sources. Hello kids, it's me, Teacher Frel. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and hit the notification bell for the latest video. You can also follow my Facebook page, Teacher Frel TV. For today's lesson in English 6, we will discuss about organizing information from secondary sources. For most essential learning competencies, organize information from secondary sources in preparation for writing, reporting, and similar academic tasks in collaboration with others. In today's lesson, you will learn to organize information from secondary sources in preparation for writing, reporting, and similar academic tasks in collaboration with others. A secondary source is a document or recording that gives information from a primary source. The original information is selected, modified, and arranged in a suitable format. Some examples are reference materials, non-fiction books, biographies, non-print materials, almanacs, atlases and gazetteers, specialized references, CD-ROM references, periodicals, encyclopedias, video references, and electronic databases. Secondary sources involve generalization, analysis, interpretation, or evaluation of the original information. Using primary source or secondary source helps you gather information. On the other hand, organizing information needs thorough reading, gathering information, validating the facts, and writing comprehensively. You may use the following ideas in organizing information from the secondary sources. Location. You can organize information by showing visual depiction of a physical space. You may use diagrams, analogs, graphic representations, and maps to organize location. For example, parts of the nervous system that may be presented using a diagram. You may use alphabet. Some information is easy to organize using specific terms in alphabetical order, like in dictionaries and index, at the back of a textbook. Using time. Another important factor in organizing information is the time element, like history of humanity or events happen in a person's life journey. You may use fishbone, timeline, steps, and cycle graphic organizers. You may use category. The use of category in presenting information is different from time. This type is used to group similar characteristics such as color, size, usage, brand, texture, materials, gender, age, model, price, content, and nature. For example, types of vehicles that may be written and presented according to usage, brand name, model, and price. You may use also hierarchy. Hierarchies are used to indicate the ranks as to heaviest to lightest, smallest to biggest. For example, rank of population in Lucena City. This is showing how one piece of information is connected to another broader information that you like to emphasize in your written and oral reports. And now, let us answer the following questions. First question, what are the secondary sources of information? Here is my example answer. A secondary source is a document or recording that gives information from a primary source. Second question. What different ideas can you use in organizing information from secondary sources? Correct. These are location, alphabet, time, category, and hierarchy. Third question. How are these ideas helpful in organizing information? Here is my example answer. These ideas are very helpful in organizing information for validating the facts, reporting, and writing comprehensively. And now let us do this activity. For letter A, directions, read the latest Department of Tourism report. Answer the questions that follow by writing the letter of the correct answers in your notebook. DOT lauds inclusion of tourism frontliners in priority group for vaccination. Friday, February 5, 2021. The Department of Tourism or DOT lauds COVID Task Force Chief Secretary Carlito Galvez for granting the DOT's request to include tourism frontline service personnel in the priority group of the country's vaccination program against the coronavirus disease. It is indeed critical for our frontliners, especially those who continue to man our ports of entry and those who serve at accommodation establishments that have been repurposed as quarantine facilities. These personnel have been there at the onset of the pandemic, had risked life and limb during the repatriation efforts, and up to now, remain at risk with the constant exposure with incoming travelers and guests from all parts of the world. Tourism Secretary Bernadette Romulo Puyat remarked. As contained in the Interim National Immunization Technical Advisory Group, NITAG, for COVID-19 Vaccines Resolution No. 1, approved on February 5, 2021. Tourism frontliners fall within priority group. Frontline personnel in essential sectors including uniformed personnel and those in working sectors identified by the IATF as essential during ECQ. Protection through the vaccine and healthcare support systems will primarily boost their immune system and, more importantly, fortify their mental and emotional core to continue working under stressful COVID conditions. DOT Secretary Bernadette Romulo Puyat quipped, pre-COVID, the tourism industry used to employ 5.7 million workers. We also look forward to the inclusion of tourism industry workforce at recently opened destinations who operate facilities and serve guests directly as part of the priority groups for vaccination. Our sector's human capital is essential to the country's socio-economic recovery, the DOT chief added. And now let us answer these guide questions. Number 1. What is the news about? A. The news is about the COVID-19. B. The news is about the vaccine to be given to the frontliners. C. The news is about the DOT praising the COVID task force in priority group for vaccination. And D. The news is particularly about the frontliners and the vaccine they needed. What is the correct answer? Very good. The correct answer is letter C. The news is about the DOT praising the COVID task force in including the tourism frontliners in priority group for vaccination. Number 2. What could possibly happen if a person receives vaccination, especially the tourism frontliners? Write the answer readably. A. They will become healthy. B. They will have additional antibodies to protect themselves from COVID-19. C. They can go back and forth from places to places anytime they want. D. They will not be included in enhanced community quarantine. What is the correct answer? Very good. The correct answer is letter B. They will have additional antibodies to protect themselves from COVID-19. For letter B, do the following activities. Number 1, choose the skills needed to develop a written composition like some news article and write your answers in your notebook. Those skills needed to develop a written composition are gathering information, analysis, evaluation, interpretation, and generalization. Number 2, study the table below. Write the skills associated with the concept of organization for presenting oral and written reports in your notebook. You have to write the skills associated with categorizing information, alphabetizing ideas, gathering information, disseminating information, sequencing events, locating information. And here are my example answers. The skills associated with categorizing information are classification, labeling and tagging, visualization, database management, pattern, recognition, etc. When organizing ideas through the concept of alphabetizing, the focus is primarily on arranging information in a specific, ordered manner to facilitate easy retrieval and structure. Alphabetizing is often used for lists, indexes, or directories. The skills associated with gathering information are research skills, critical thinking, organizational skills, communicational skills, technical skills, observational skills, creativity, and ethical skills. The skills associated with disseminating information are audience analysis, clarity and simplicity, visual communication, prioritization, etc. The skills associated with sequencing events are chronological understanding, cause and effect recognition, logical structuring, contextualization, etc. The concept of organization for locating information involves structuring and arranging information in a way that allows individuals to find what they need efficiently and effectively. The goal is to create systems or structures that enable easy retrieval of information when needed. My answers are based on my research. Number 3. If you need to organize information about latest development of vaccine against COVID-19, what skills will be useful to you? I can use gathering information. For this activity, identify the idea used in organizing information to present the secondary source and examples described in every row below. Select your answer on the given choices. Write readably in your notebook. Choose alphabet, category, hierarchy, location, and time. Number 1. Biography is a secondary source that gives the readers information about a person's experiences. This can be a compilation of a person's life journey in chronological order. For example, The Rise and Fall of Imelda Marcos by Carmen Navarro Pedrosa. What idea should be used? Is it alphabet, category, hierarchy, location, or time? Very good! The correct answer is time. Number 2. Non-fiction books are intended in good faith to present only truth and accuracy regarding information, events, or people. For example, Tikim, Essays on Philippine Food and Culture by Doreen G. Fernandez. What idea should be used for this? Very good! The correct answer is category. Number 3. Almanac is a kind of secondary source that shows an annual publication listing a set of events forthcoming in the next year. It includes information like weather forecasts, farmers' planting dates, tide tables, and other tabular data often arranged according to the calendar. For example, the World Almanac and Book of Facts 2020 by Jansen Sarah. What idea should be used for this? Very good. The correct answer is hierarchy. Number 4. Atlas is another secondary source of information. This is a collection of maps. It is typically a bundle of maps of Earth or a region of Earth. For example, Blue's World Map by Joanne Blue, published in the first book of the Atlas van Loon, 1664. What idea should be used for this? Very good. The answer is location. And number 5, dictionary is a reference book that gives all kinds of information about words. For example, the Merriam-Webster Dictionary. What idea should be used for this? Very good. The correct answer is alphabet. In writing a composition and presenting oral and written reports, sequencing is important. This manner of organizing ideas helps you present your topic specific, clear, and brief. Presented inside the table below are events that happened in the year 2020. Direction. Number each situation based on its occurrence. Choose from 1 to 5 to show order. Write your answers in your notebook. The title is, Are Schools in the Philippines Ready to Open in a Pandemic? So the date for this is from August 24 to October 5. This source is The Diplomat by Mong Palatino, August 19, 2020. The number for this is number 5. Next, the title is Philippines, Enhanced Community Quarantine. The date is 17 of March 2020 to April 2020. The source is from Global Compliance News. This is number 4. Next, the title is COVID-19 Vaccines. The source is World Health Organization Report. This is number 3. Next, Taal Alert Level 4 up after phreatic eruption. The date is January 12, 2020. The source is from Manila Bulletin. This is number 1. And Novel Coronavirus Situation Report. The date is 21st of January 2020. The source is World Health Organization Report. This is number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. For this activity, inside each column are events and ideas from different secondary sources. Organize them following the given ideas. Perform the activity in your notebook. So, alphabet continents. Here are the continents are Europe, Asia, South America, Antarctica, Africa, North America, and Australia. Organize this in alphabetical order. In alphabetical order, the first continent is Africa. Next is Asia. Next is Antarctica. Next is Australia. Next is Europe. Next is North America. And lastly, South America. Hierarchy. National government leaders. The top leader is the president. Next to it is the vice president. Next to the vice president are the senators. Next is congressman. Next are governors. Next are mayors. And lastly, barangay captain. Category phases of matter. What are the phases of matter? Solid, liquid, and gas. First, what are the solid? The solid are diamond and metal. Next are liquids. The liquid are soft drinks and juice. And the gases are gas and helium. For this activity, read the selection, My Pair of Slippers. Organize the given information, following the patterns or ideas given inside the table. Write your answers in your notebook. Let's read My Pair of Slippers by Giselle Z. Remolona. A pair of earrings for my ears, a pair of sunglasses for my eyes, a pair of gloves for my hands. Pairs, oh pairs, I admire, oh why. One single pair makes me in despair. One single pair I wish I may, but because I do not have legs of pair. This is just a wish, a pair of slippers. I was born to have a beautiful pair. A pair of legs I enjoyed so much. I hop, I jump, I walk, I run, using my beautiful pairs of legs. One cozy night, our neighbors are celebrating. One New Year's Eve I wish did not happen. When they lighted the fireworks, accident took place and leaves my legs totally amputated. And now let us do this activity. Alphabet. Organize the following verbs from the selection in alphabetical order. So from the selection, the verbs in alphabetical order are, the first one is admire, second, born, third, enjoy, fourth, make, and fifth, wish. Category. Organize pair of things and how they are used. Based on the selection that we have read, the pair of things in category are earrings for ears, sunglasses for eyes, gloves for hands, and slippers for feet. Hierarchy. Organize parts of the body from head to toe. From the head, head. Next to head is shoulder. Next to shoulder is waist. Next to waist is knees. And lastly, feet. Next, location. Organize activities based on the distance where your pair of legs can bring you, from nearest to farthest. So the first one is hopping. The second is jumping. The third is walking. And the fourth is running. This is from nearest to farthest. And for the time, organize events from the story. From the story, the first event is the neighbors are celebrating. The second event is they lighted the fireworks and hit her legs. And the third event is she became amputated. Remember, a secondary source is a document or recording that gives information from a primary source. The original information is selected, modified, and arranged in a suitable format. Some examples are reference materials, non-fiction books, biographies, non-print materials, almanacs, atlases and gazetteers, specialized references, CD-ROM references, periodicals, encyclopedias, video references, and electronic databases. Secondary sources involve generalization, analysis, interpretation, or evaluation of the original information. So kids, do you understand our lesson for today? Wow! Good job! Kids, I hope you learn a lot from this lesson. Until our next topic, bye-bye kids! Thanks for watching!